Hi guys, it's Jackie and welcome back to Masters of Malaysian Cuisine, and this is session 8 of our very special series of based around recipes from Her Majesty Queen Azizah of Malaysia's cookbooks. So welcome to all of you. Make sure you say hello and let us know where you're watching from. We're so excited to have you guys, and we have Rene Juefri from Dubai, our Michelin trained chef, and he's going to be tackling an especially important recipe. And we have the Jetlag Warriors. There's a lot of hype about you guys joining us. But yeah, guys, say hello in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you sign up at malaysianchefs.com/join today if you want today's recipe and all our recipes in any case. But let me just play a quick clip from Tourism Malaysia. We'll jump back in 30 seconds. Hey, now, we're ready to go. Come on, come on, come on. Gotta make a move to get there right now. Somewhere nice so we can get away. Better than the ordinary day. You're my paradise. Malaysia, truly Asia. Guys, welcome back. It's Jackie and from Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. And don't forget to say hello and let us know where you're watching from. Like I said earlier, we've got Jetlag Warriors, who are a full-time travel couple, travel bloggers and YouTube channel extraordinaire. Personalities, and they got on our radar because they've been doing this amazing work all around Malaysia. They're actually, in a good way, they're trapped in Malaysia because of COVID-19, but as a result, we have benefited from a whole ton of content from them. So we're very excited to have you guys, Ivana and Steve. How you doing?
Good.
Doing good. We don't like to say we're trapped in Malaysia because we love it here. So you can't be trapped somewhere you love it.
That's right.
Fabulous. And we have Chef Rene Juefri over in Dubai. Hey, Rene, how you doing?
Hi, good. Everything is fine over here. Good to see everyone on board today. Hi, Ivana. Hi, Steven.
Rene, what are you making for us?
So today I have a special dish from Her Majesty's cookbook. All right. Later on, you will see a special dish. It's called Tengku Ampuan Afzan pancake roll, or it's called Dadar Tengku Ampuan Afzan. So this is quite a very, very close to heart dish to the royal family, actually.
Okay, great. That sounds very intriguing. I'm sure we'll find out more as we go along. All right, guys, I'm going to get rid of myself here and I'm going to actually hop back on. So stick around because I want to interview Jetlag Warriors at the end of Rene's session, okay? But in the meantime, sit back, enjoy yourselves. Jetlag Warriors are going to take over and pepper Rene with some wonderful questions, I'm sure, about what he's cooking. So all the best, guys. I'll see you back here in a bit.
All right, thank you, Jackie. So thank you for everyone who just start to tune in from now, or has been waiting for us to be live again every Monday, right? So good to be back, and this will be, the 8th session of this Queen's recipe. So hi Ivana, hi Steven. Obviously, you'll be catching up with lots of questions and pop up of hi and hello from everyone, right?
Right.
So, yeah, so just let us know from there, and all the viewers from every parts of the world. Over here is in the afternoon from Dubai, UAE. Obviously, Malaysia down there is already the evening, right? In Australia, certain part of the world is still already a little bit later in the evening, and also some part is a little bit on the early side, right? Morning, even in US, I think it's already late night. Okay, so welcome back again. Okay, today, Ivana and Steven, it's quite interesting that now you are in Malaysia, right? I would say you're very, very lucky to be in Malaysia, all right? You cannot go anywhere, which I didn't manage to come back yet, right? So thank you for loving Malaysia, all right? Thank you for making your time and being there to enjoy everything that you can. So today, for all the viewers, all right, since we are doing a special feature for our Queen Majesty's recipe book, okay. So first of all, terima kasih tuanku. So thank you so much, okay, for allowing us to do and try out your recipe from your special book, okay, and especially the recipe that I'm doing today, Ivana, Steven, and all the viewers, all right, it's a very special dish, which is earlier I mentioned, it's very close to the royals family in Hut itself. Okay, it's a dish, it's a snack dish that everyone loves, and even the family and friends of the royal, they love it as well. Okay, so a touch history about the dish. Okay, it's called Tengku Ampuan Afzan, which is named after the king, our current king of Malaysia's mother, late mother. Okay, so it's her recipe, and our queen, Tunku Azizah. Sorry. So she took the recipe and she loved the recipe and she made the recipe for the family to continue the inherit recipe. So you see how lucky we are to be able to get to share the recipe and to try this recipe now. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right, Ivana, Steven, we're gonna share the ingredients that we're gonna do for the dish today. So there's 3 steps actually for the dish. Okay, the first, which is the wrap. Okay, it's called dada or pancake roll. So obviously you have to make a pancake. Then you do a filling. The filling will be a beef-based filling. All right, and then beef potato. And after that, you're gonna dip it in egg and fry them.
Wow, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go through the ingredients. Okay. So the first, as I mentioned earlier, for the pancake, you need, it's quite basic on ingredient wise. All right. Here I have flour, and I have an egg and water. So that's for the pancake. A little bit of salt in it. Okay. Later on, we're gonna mix it. And the filling, where we have here beef. All right. The beef that I'm using today is actually I'm using a mix between top side, a little bit of strip loin in it. Okay. I don't really go something. I try with ribeye actually. I because I love ribeye. Okay, but it's a bit fatty, and the flavor wise, when you start to cook later on, when you see the process, it kind of release a lot of fat. So you want to find a meat that is between lean but not too fatty, but don't go too tenderloin because otherwise it will start to break up and it's too tender. So you want to have that chunk that you're going to bite into the meat. Okay. So the next in the filling you have onion, okay, and potato. All right. And over here you have 2 types of soy that they use in the recipe, which is a thick soy, light soy, and a ghee. So you can substitute the ghee. It can be clarified butter. The recipe also says clarified butter. If you want to have, if you want to do something vegetarian, you can opt probably the beef, but we don't want to change the recipe of the queen, right? We do respect. So we follow, which I prefer to use the ghee actually, because it comes from the what do you call the beef itself, right? So it has a nice distinct flavor, and it's quite unique. Okay.
Right.
So I would say those are quite the straightforward ingredient, and we have some egg at the end, the one I mentioned earlier, that needs to be dipped and we fry them. Okay. So let's start. Okay. So any of the who just tune in, okay, just pop in and say hello, hi, where you're watching from. So at least Ivana and Steven can see any question. They can also ask on my behalf and also on your behalf. All right. And I can immediately try to answer and get you along with it. Okay, we ready? We're good to go? All right, so first we have to start with the filling, right? Earlier we mentioned. So I have a pot here, all right? So a little bit of oil. So this looks, on the recipe, will give you around maybe 3 tablespoons of oil, right? You have the onion. So the onion, I've already cut it here, basically. Right, the size, it should be small dice. So most of the cut around here is actually a small dice cut. You want to have, you don't want to have like a chop cut, because chop, then you will start to lose the texture in it also. So the onion is sweet, right? You have very savory from the flavor of it. So you want to have that flavor when you bite into the pancake rolls. All right, so let's a little bit. So what you want to do with the onion right now is that you want to sweat it or you want to wilt it. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, after the onion, we're going to put the beef. Okay, the beef I've already also diced them. The recipe calls for 500 gram of, 600 gram of beef. The onion will be 300 grams. The potato as well. So you can always check the recipe later on or grab yourself the book itself. So all the recipes that we did probably is very limited. There's only 8 recipes that we feature for the whole series, right? So we choose or we select our recipes that based on the ingredients availability here. That's why I chose this dish, and also it's quite unique. That's why I chose this particular dish. But with regards to Her Majesty's cookbook, so she has 2 cookbooks. Right, you can go online at cekminasayang.com. You can purchase the book online. It can be delivered so far everywhere around the world. So it's just about the postal will be the difference. Okay, about you guys, Ivana and Steven, you can grab it now. You're in Malaysia, so see how beautiful you can get the books without the shipment.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now the onion start to wilt.
Ooh. I wish we can be there and smell it.
Yeah, I wish we could smell it too. It looks really nice. Looks a little bit like it might be something like a burrito from North American culture.
Yeah.
Something similar to that.
So it's a Malaysian burrito.
There you go. Sounds good.
So what we're gonna do is that we'll do that a little bit. Okay. You don't want to color them too much. You will start to see it gets translucent. Okay. That's when it will call for the meat to go in. So with regards to the book, make sure grab one or grab both so you can try all the recipes throughout the year. You know, anytime you just flip, try out something new, especially, you know, Ivana, Steven, you know, you're new to Malaysian cuisine, right? Malaysian food, so you can try a lot of especially royal dishes and also faham the state of Malaysian dish itself.
Oh.
Okay, the onion is nice.
Looks good. I can see in the chat here, we've even got people watching from California, right close to Mexico there. So wow, all over the world, people are watching you make the Malaysian burrito. Very special.
But without the rice though inside. Okay. So
right, and with the cheese.
For this particular one, you have to call it by its name. So it's Tengku Ampuan Afzan Pancake Roll. Okay, to make sure that it's signature as that. So after we put in the meat, okay, on the fire you can put it on a medium so that it starts to also sauteing, caramelizing the meat. See, you can hear the char, the sizzling of the meat. So what will happen here, quite interestingly, is that the meat starts to release and liquid. Okay. So this is all the flavor that you wanna keep inside, and now it's getting you call harmonized with the onion, the flavor. Okay.
Looks so good.
Once you see all the meat starts to get cooked and all the liquid starts to release, right? You can see that. Okay. What you want to do is that leave it and reduce the liquid to half. Okay, so that you don't want to lose all this beautiful flavor. So you just want to make sure that all the flavor goes back into the meat, and it kind of bring up all the color back to the meat itself. Okay, before we put in the potato. So just a few seconds so that we can do the pancake now. Okay, so we'll do interval between tasks. So we have the flour. salt, a little bit of salt. So the recipe calls for a pinch of salt. Okay. Ivana and Steven, if you notice, a lot of my cooking, I use Himalayan pink salt. So for this recipe, with regards, I also love to use my salt.
Right. It's supposed to be healthier too, I think.
Yeah, it's good. It's a bit, even you can use a lot of it. Like it's not as so salty as the normal. The sodium level is not as high as the normal sea salt.
All right.
Mm.
Someone is
So,
super hungry.
so you can keep that tips. Next time you can try and keep. Make sure you have in your pantry next time.
Sounds good. Hey, chef,
All right.
have you ever heard the word hangry?
Sorry.
People in the chat are saying they're hangry. Have you heard the word hangry?
So it's a
This
mix
is-
of being hungry and waiting too long, I guess.
Exactly. When you're so hungry that you're angry. This is a North American word. People in the chat are saying they're hangry. So maybe they're looking forward to this recipe.
So here we're going to make pancake. So the water will go into the bowl of flour and salt earlier. Make sure that when you mix the pancake, okay, one thing about this pancake, you don't want to pour the liquid all at once. So what this does by mixing little by little of the liquid is that it prevents lumps. Okay, so probably maybe some of the viewers, you used to do pancakes or you used to do batter, you always get lumps out of your mixture. So this is one thing that you can do. Add the liquid little by little. Okay.
That's a pro tip right there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. Over here you can see the liquid starts to reduce. All right. And the color starts to get back to caramel color. Okay, light caramel. So what you want to do next, reduce the fire a little bit. The potato goes in. Okay. So the same, the potato I cut it into small dice. So back to the fire again, bring up the fire. So what you want to do now, potato goes in, all the soy goes in as well. So here I have a thick soy.
Thick soy.
Goes in, dark thick soy, all right.
That's the sweet one, is it?
Sorry?
Is that the sweet soy sauce or no?
No, it's a dark soy. So it's not the sweet one, it's a dark soy. It's not too sweet.
Alright.
Because you have a different version of dark soy, which is, as you mentioned, the sweet one. But don't go for the sweet one. Go for the caramel or premium dark soy.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want to go for the sweet one because it's going to make your mix sweet.
Right.
Okay. So this is light soy sauce. So again, this is the color and also the flavor. So for this mix, actually, we don't use salt. So the salt comes from the soy itself.
Starting to look really good with that color there.
Yeah, thank you. So now you can see, all right. So what we're gonna do now is just mix them, okay. On a slow heat, let it cook. So the idea is that to get the potato to cook and tender. Okay, so it's advisable that you cover it so that the steam helps also to cook the potato faster. Right. So let's continue with the pancake. You can see the pancake now here. Okay.
Pancake. The word for pancake is apam. Is that right?
Sorry?
The word for pancake in Malay, the only pancake I ever had was apam balik.
Apam balik. Okay. There's another version of pancake. It is a type of pancake. It's called apam balik. But pancake, this pancake is called dadar.
Dadar. It's like the one for what's the green?
Like if you buy, if you go to the shops, you ask for telur dadar, the egg. So it's like a flat egg, right? So it's a pancake egg. So it's kind of something like that.
Oh, I see. I get it now.
Yeah. Or some would call it lemping. Okay. In normal terms of Malaysian term, it's called lemping as well. So this is the base. So
the way you use that mixer, I can tell you're a pro. If I was doing that, it would be all over my shirt.
Now probably I need to keep it clean so that it doesn't splash to my beautiful dress, isn't it?
Right, right. You look very nice to be using that mixture so quickly.
Thank you. So the eggs, we still have some of the liquid and a little bit of the eggs. All right. So what you want to do with the eggs now is that you mix into the mixture. Okay, drop into the mixture, mix it also. All right, just continue mixing and finish all the balance of the liquid, the water itself. So as I mentioned earlier, okay, now you cannot see any lumps. It's only bubbles, obviously, but there's no lumps. If I check, okay, with the spoon, so you see there's no lumps. So that's how you mix the batter and prevent lumps. But obviously, if you get lumps, don't be scared. You know, you don't have to throw the mixture. What you need to do is just strain them. Okay. Probably because when I say, oh, when you know, don't get lumps, and when you see lumps, or then you get scared, then you say, okay, Chef Rene don't want to see these lumps, so you just throw it. So don't do that. You can always strain them. Okay, so the beautiful mixture is there for the pancake. Lovely.
Ooh.
So now let's check our potato mixture and beef. All right. So what we want to do here is that make sure the potato is cooked. Okay, that's the main idea for the mix. And second is that it starts to reduce a little bit. So this is going to be the sauce in the mix itself. Okay, the flavor, it will, you know, infuse the potato, the soy earlier, the onion, the beef juice earlier, right? So all the beautiful flavor is going to stick in. So if you remember, there was a ghee earlier. Okay, this ghee we're going to add at almost the very end. Okay, where it becomes all the flavor binder. Okay. So let's start with the pancake now. While this is working, we go into the pancake. All right, so I'll just transfer it. Okay. So is there any question from the viewers? You know, anyone want to ask anything? Wants to know anything? Or everyone just concentrating like, okay, when is it gonna be ready? I'm hungry.
That's us.
Okay, so we have here. Okay. So the pan that I'm using is a 20 centimeter pan diameter. All right, the diameter is 20 cm. Probably some people would also ask, okay, what is the size of the pancake that we're gonna make? I tried bigger ones. Okay, I tried bigger pancakes, but it's too big. And also I've tried smaller ones. Then I have difficulty to roll them. So 20 centimeter is always very nice, and it has a nice portion to it as well. It's easier to handle. Okay, so let the pan heat up a little bit. Okay, we get this out of the way. All right, so you have the pancake mix there. So I have some banana leaf. Is this because after we cook the pancake, I just want to flip it on the banana leaf so that it gets nice, beautiful flavor and aroma to it. Okay, it's very common.
Is it easy to find the banana leaf in Dubai?
Surprisingly, no. We don't get it, but you know, we do get it from there is a in the north we have a line where they have a little bit more greenery down there, so they do plant them. But it's quite in the market. It's quite famous, I would say, because here you have Indian culture, you have other Asian culture as well who really use banana leaf in the market. So I was quite lucky to find some for today's cooking, right? To share with you. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So the pan is just nice. Okay. The flame that you want to use is on a slow flame, so you don't want to burn the pancake before the top is cooked. So make sure that all parts, bottom and the top is cooked. That's what you want. That's what you want to achieve. So let's oil. Make sure that you oil the pan a little bit, just a little bit. because I'm using a non-stick pan, so it's quite good itself. Like you don't need any, too much of the oil. You can always use cast iron. A very nice, what you call seasoned cast iron is also good. All right, but if it's a brand new cast iron, make sure you season that. Okay. So I'm gonna start to do the pancake. All right, I'm using around half a ladle full of the mix. Okay, let's try them. All right, they're looking beautiful. Good, temperature is with the right temperature. So half ladle spoon, I've also measured just in case if someone wants to know as well. It's around 35, 32 grams of liquid or the mix. Okay, so let's check how our mix is going. So see the color now. See how the potato starts to become translucent. It takes all the flavors in, right? So one thing about the recipe, for the filling, okay, it asks for 2 tablespoons of the pancake mix to be mixed in the filling later on. Okay, so make sure when you start to make the pancake, you put aside 2 tablespoons of the mixture. Why it's in there? Because it will also help as a binding to thicken up your filling. So all this soy, all the juice from the beef starts to become like a sauce, a thick sauce in it. So it's nice when you eat it. Okay, let's try and check the potato. Wonderful. Wow. The potato is cooked now, properly cooked. The salt is just nice. As long that you follow the recipe, you won't go away from all the flavors. So no need to season anymore. All right, you will get all the seasons there. A little bit of pepper.
Really yummy. The look of that filling is looks delicious.
Yummy.
Thank you. It's a beautiful, simple dish, and also it's very good for family, any occasion, snacks, outing, to movie at home. All right. So if you notice now, the pancake, it starts to release from the pan, so it shows it's already cooked. So what you do is just flip them up. All right. So just continue more. Just do more of the pancake base.
Looks very good. I think you can pull this off, Steve. You can cook this next time.
Yeah, Stephen, you try it out. All right. Then you have to post it and hashtag us and see the result.
I'm sure it will be a fail. Although I did roll something once called Kueh Katayap. That was
okay.
sort of similar-ish.
Yes. So if you manage to do Kueh Katayap, so you won't fail for this. It's similar. Yeah. Unless you fail on the first run. So there I put the ghee. All right. So since that everything is already cooked and the liquid is already half reduced, so now goes in the ghee. Reduce the flame. All right. So what you want to do now is that, remember the one I said earlier about the 2 tablespoons of the mix of the pancake. So now in it goes. Okay. So just mix them up. So the temperature now, what it will do is that it kinds of emulsify and bind the mixture in. So the pancake mix earlier, it becomes thick, cooked in the actual temperature that you have in the mixture. So see, now it's becoming glossy, nice, and thick.
Right? That looks good.
So it's ready. The filling is ready. Put it on the side. So it's just about finishing the pancake. So now you can see the pancake. So the other indication on the pancake itself, the top is going to be dry. All right. It will lose itself. And then when you flip it, the flip part will also become slightly dry. So it won't stick to each other. So this is one also of the indication. So if the temperature is a little bit higher, you will notice that the surface, all right, the surface will get brownish. along the surface. But here you don't, because the temperature, we control the temperature itself. So you can still have the brown color, but you know, when you roll it up, it will kind of break. So that's why we prevent the coloring of the pancake.
Right. So it should be really thin, right?
Actually, it's not really thin. It's quite between. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. So if you see, all right, it's not as translucent like a spring roll. Normally, like a spring roll, it will be more translucent, right? This is a little bit thick, but not as too thick. So you don't want to have a pancake like a thick pancake. You want to have similar to a crab base, like what you did for the what do you call the dish you made, the dessert, the dadar.
Quick attack.
Yeah, kuih ketaya. So it's almost the same texture that you need. Okay, thickness.
All right.
So now the filling is ready. Okay. So next, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna roll them. Okay. All right. Is there any question from the viewers? Maybe. Or everyone is still waiting and concentrating. Okay. So
one of the questions was, how could we make sure to get the right consistency for the pancake batter?
How do we make? Okay. So how you want to make sure that it's the right consistency? You can always also check from the pan. So when you drop into the pan, okay, it will have a texture where it will allow it to move. One, you'll be able to move them, okay, easily, but not too runny. Okay, one. Second, if you pour it on the pan and it starts to lump up quickly, or it starts to cook quickly, it means your texture is a little bit too thick. But if you follow the recipe as it is, it's 100%. I mean, it's proof already, so you will be able to get the right and exact consistency.
Okay.
All right, but those two tips you can use as an indication. Okay. Okay. So while we have that cooking, so we have the 3 crabs here. All right, or the dadar, the 3 pieces of the pancake ready for us to be, you know, rolled it up. So how do you roll the dadar? Okay, is that take the piece. So the part that you flip. So okay, let's do one. So this is one more time. So this part, this surface, this is the surface that you want to have inside. So now we're going to flip it, right? To fold it, what you want to do is that you flip it back the other side. So you want the top surface that we cook to be the inside. You get it?
Yeah.
All right. So why I say this? Okay, because it will make a difference when you coat with the eggs later on when you fry. So the outer layer, which is a base of this pan, okay, the outer layer which is on the bottom, I mean the bottom layer, it has a texture. It has a it's not smooth, so it kind of help the eggs to bind on the skin better. Okay.
Oh, I see. That's very clever.
Okay, let's start with one. Okay. So we have here. You can see that. Okay. So take 1 spoon of the mix, put it in the middle. All right. So the mixture, you can always pre-do them prior. If you want to do them in advance, you just want to take your time. All right. You can always do the mixture first. Keep it on the side. Keep it cool on the side. Then you can do after you finish up your crabs. Okay. So you can keep it in the fridge. Then you heat it up again, and then you just roll it up and use it. So now we're gonna roll. Okay. This. Okay. You can see that over here.
Yep.
Okay. So what I do is that I spoon the filling, then I flip the end from my end. The sides goes slightly to the middle. Then what you do is that you roll them. Okay, like a spring roll. So you can get that.
Very nice.
Okay.
Now, would it be
Thank you.
okay for people to make bigger ones, or one scoop is the right amount?
So you can do bigger ones. Bigger pan is required if you want to do bigger ones. So you need a bigger pan for it. But the only thing is that if you do a bigger ones, the portioning and then it's not a snack bite thing. You know, you want to have a little bit on the portioning wise. You want to have something light, right? You want to have a few bites and few pieces on your plates rather than only one piece like a main course wrap. Okay, you can always do a bigger one. There's nothing wrong with about it.
Right. It's very North American of me to want a bigger portion, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It looks really good though.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it looks delicious.
So let's continue with the others, and then we start to heat up the oil to fry them. So.
Hey chef, somebody in the chat was asking how you ended up in Dubai.
Oh, quite interesting question. Okay, how I ended up being in Dubai. I was in Malaysia from 11 years back. Okay, I was teaching down in the university back home. Then I got an offer to open up the Formula One track in Abu Dhabi. All right, when first started the Formula One track in Abu Dhabi. So I came to open up the hotel. So I started in Abu Dhabi 11 years back. Then until today, I'm still here. So I think because of the the fast development of the industry itself, the challenge, and all everyone kind of concentrate. Everyone from every part of the world is concentrating themselves in Middle East, especially Dubai. That period of time, so it made the time fly, and also I managed to work with various brands, various restaurants. Even I opened up that Michelin star based restaurant from UK, from Galvin Brothers here in Dubai. So I've always wanted to travel to Europe to work in a Michelin star restaurant, but I never managed to. But imagine they came here to Dubai, to Middle East, to me, and allow me to get my dream. So that's why I'm still here, and that's how I end up still in Dubai and in Dubai right now.
Wow, very nice. So how long were you planning on staying when you first arrived in Dubai? Probably not 11 years.
Yeah, correct. So that was the initial plan. I've before I left, I told my previous previous boss, I told him, okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to Abu Dhabi, maybe 2 years. Okay, give me this opportunity. And after that, 2 years flies, and yeah, there you go.
Well, very similar to us in Malaysia. We were planning 6 weeks, and now we've been here for almost a year. So
See?
similar story.
Yeah. But always, there's always a good and beautiful reason behind it, right?
Of course,
you never know.
of course.
It's something that you plan, and then, plan put aside, but actually the beautiful thing that you actually experience and you gain, that is the most important thing, right? You never know.
Absolutely.
How about Malaysian food in Dubai? Is it easy to find?
Malaysian food in Dubai? Yeah, we have few restaurants in Dubai. Few Malaysian restaurants in Dubai. Nowadays it's very easy because of the the demand and requirement of Asian food in Dubai itself, and also ingredient availability. So if I miss Malaysian food, home food, I will cook. But put it aside, like I'm working day in day out every day, so I want to have a chill time on my day off. So I will go to the restaurant, a good Malaysian restaurant. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. What would you say, if anything, you miss most about Malaysia?
What I miss most about Malaysia? Okay, I miss the weather, to be honest.
How is it in Dubai right now?
Right now, it's coming into winter now. Now the temperature, I would say daytime is 20. Now it's what, 27. In the night 21 right now. So it's going to slightly drop more towards the end of the year, towards January. So January will start probably in the evening. You will get around 18 degrees. But I mean, comparing to Canada temperature, the winter is different. So I can compare with that. But we have summer and winter. That's it. But our winter is just a chill winter.
18 sounds nice.
You said 18 in Canada. We might get minus 18.
Yeah, see the difference. But how do you find? So you've been in Malaysia now almost a year. So how do you find the weather? How did you adjust yourself? And how do you find the food?
The food is amazing.
We're gaining weight.
We're definitely gaining weight. So often we plan on having a normal sized meal and it doesn't go to plan.
Okay.
Too many delicious dishes to try. In terms of, people always ask me my favorite Malaysian dish. It's too hard to say. It kind of goes through phases. Sometimes maybe asam pedas, or sometimes nasi kukus ayam brempa, or chicken rice, or char kway teow. There's just too many to list, so it just goes on and on and on.
Wow.
As long as it doesn't have ikan bilis.
Yeah, as long as there's no ikan bilis, I'm okay.
Okay. Ikan bilis is not your favorite?
Still working on acquiring that taste. It's too powerful for me.
Okay. I mean, for Ivana, for you, I think it's quite okay for your palate, right? I mean.
Yeah, I can eat anything. I'm not very picky.
So apart from ikan bilis, what else, Steven? I mean, you've been there almost a year now. So how about durian? This is a must.
Love durian. This is an amazing fruit. It's called the king of fruits for a reason. The best.
Yeah, true. That's good. That's good. That's a good note to know that you're enjoying durian.
Yeah, people are always amazed. Whenever I eat durian, they're always amazed. Ahmed Saleh, who likes durian. Wow.
Can you find durian in Dubai?
Yeah, it's we get fresh, but I mean flown in import from Thailand. We have the one from Malaysia as well, the Musang King. So now they do bring them a lot. Most of it frozen. Some are chilled, but the chilled one is more expensive, so people will go more on the frozen one, but good quality frozen. Yeah. So here I have oil, okay, to deep fry the spring roll. All right. So medium temperature is already heated up. So here I have 6 pieces of the roll. So let's do the last one, 7 here. I have more of the mixture where we can continue later on, right?
Sure.
So let's keep on doing. Just make the pancake. All right, finish it off. So what I did before as well, I tried the recipe. My wife loved the recipe a lot, so much that I had to do twice. And what I did is that I fry them and I keep it in the fridge. I go to work and that's her snack. So she just heat it up and have it for her snack.
Very nice. Your wife is lucky to eat your food, eat professionally cooked food every day. This is a lucky lady.
True. So here I have the eggs, all right, that I mentioned earlier. We have to fry them in eggs. Okay, so it's just eggs. This is 2 eggs that I break it and beat it up. Okay. So as the oil is already hot now, what you want to do is just stick them. Dip it in the egg, all right, like this. Okay, and goes in. Okay, so just continue doing the same to the others. So it's quite interesting. Normally people would just fry them directly if a spring roll, for example, right? Or what they do is that they coat it with a breadcrumb.
Right.
Right. This one, is with egg only. So you just dip it. For I don't know if you tried bergedil in Malaysia before. You know this egg potato based like a patty that they dip in egg and fry. And normally
Never
they serve
tried.
it alongside soto, or even with steamed rice, with your mixed rice. So it does similar where you dip in the egg and then you deep fry. So this gives a crispy texture outside where the egg become golden and crispy. Right?
So good.
So now,
how many of these rolls can you make with the recipe?
so I did half recipe. Half recipe gives me a good 20 rolls.
20
I
rolls.
managed
Okay.
to make 20 rolls for half recipe. So the book will show you a whole recipe, which you could probably get more. So what I'm doing here that I have currently in front of me, this recipe is a half recipe ratio.
So I guess this is more of a snack for tea time. It's not full dinner.
That's why if you wanna have it for dinner, you can make it a little bit bigger. Do it for your dinner. Even you can have it. I mean, with the same size, you can always have it for dinner. I mean, there's nothing wrong about it.
Maybe Steve is gonna make me some tonight. Yes.
Come over to my place, and you're gonna be able to have it.
Ooh,
Sounds
I'd
good.
love to.
I'll be there. It might take a week, but I'll be there.
Is Dubai open for travelers?
Yeah. So people do travel in from Europe again, from other parts of the Middle East. And also we do, there's a few. I do get guests from Korea and Japan right now. There's a few of them coming in from France. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Especially now, people are really traveling into Dubai to see the firework, the famous firework in Burj Khalifa, just behind my house. By the way.
Wow.
Wow, very nice. Ivana and I were just thinking of leaving Malaysia soon after our 1 year anniversary hits. So maybe we'll come to Dubai.
Please let me know. All right. So we can entertain you here. You can see Dubai. So far in Malaysia, where's the best place? I mean, would you recommend next time if someone asks you? All right, you've been a while in Malaysia. So where is the destination that you would recommend them to be?
The best place in Malaysia. So hard to say. There's so many great parts.
They're all different.
I seem to like the East Coast quite a bit, like Terengganu or Kelantan, but I really had a blast in Kedah. So it's hard to say. Perlis is tiny and very beautiful.
Kel is a good base if you want, if you will stay in a city for a while and get some comfort and get access to all the type of food you want. Kel is a good option as well.
What's nice about Malaysia is compared to Canada, it's a very small country, so you can travel around pretty easily. Whereas Canada is like 2 or 3 days driving to get across of it. So KL is a nice base, and you can get around from 3 or 4 hours away from KL. You can do a lot of different things.
That's right.
It's very accessible. Yeah, it's true. And
yes, very accessible.
Yeah. It's good to know. It's good to know that you enjoyed Malaysia. Then now you can talk a lot about Malaysia to people, to friends back home, especially who will future they can travel to Malaysia, right?
Malaysia is underrated, but definitely an awesome travel destination. Looks good, buddy.
That looks
so now it's nice golden, right? Golden color. You can see the eggs that you fried earlier. It becomes like a texture on the roll. You see? Okay. Got it?
That's very crunchy.
Yeah, it is. So those are the parts that some of us, I mean, even myself, I would just bite the edge first. All right, those are the flavors that you really wanna enjoy as a snack. So let's get this out. Let's plate it up. All right. So I have my plate here. Okay.
Wow! Look at that presentation. Oh, looks so nice.
There you go. Oops, sorry. Okay, there you go. Enjoy.
Wow, very nice.
Okay, let me start with me. Thank you.
Looks good. Looks like it would be a hit if it was street food somewhere late at night. It looks amazing.
It is. It is.
With
Okay.
beef, onions, and potato inside. Come on, looks really nice.
Ooh,
Yeah,
send
it
us a package.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah. So you want me to try? I'll try it for you. All right. But
Yeah,
it's still
try for me.
wow. Apart from the pot, the heat, but so you bite into the meat, the sweetness of the meat, the onion itself, and all the soy earlier. You just infuse in all the flavors inside, and then again, remember the last bit of the pancake mix that goes in. It makes it creamy. So that's the idea. Yeah. All right. So and after frying in the egg, it just closed the deal.
Very nice. I'm hoping by some miracle somebody comes and delivers me some now.
You guys are in Malaysia. You've got all these at your fingertips, more or less. So we're the ones who are really envious of you. So, guys, Jetlag Warriors, like I said earlier, before we got started, you guys got on our radar thanks to Tourism Malaysia, actually, because you've been traveling throughout Malaysia. Basically facilitated by Tourism Malaysia because of your unique situation of being stuck there. So you basically, I mean, it's such an enviable position to be in, to be stuck in a country, and being able to travel at leisure. How have you found your experience, really?
Well, we're super grateful to be here. Like you said, it's totally safe for us, and to be able to travel around. We took some time off of work to travel anyway, so it kind of worked out great for us. We've been pretty blown away by the hospitality of everybody. We've met so many people who are like inviting us into their homes and taking the time to show us around. So, I mean, we've had an amazing experience. We are ambassadors of traveling Malaysia.
Yeah, it feels like home now.
That is so awesome. Like I said, it's such an enviable position to be in, to be traveling all over Malaysia. And Hamima is saying, well done, Rene. And we've had a whole ton of people commenting about about your recipe and all that, and also about Jetlag Warriors. You guys have brought your tribe along, I can see from your comments. So that's really cool. Now, half the questions I wanted to ask you, Rene actually already asked, as so insofar as like what your favorite dish is in Malaysia, and also what you don't particularly care to eat. Now, So how have you found traveling throughout because you've been to places that I haven't been to? I feel a little bit like I guess a little bit lacking, considering you've been to Kedah and you've been to Perlis, you've been to Terengganu. I've been to Kelantan, and that's very unique in itself. Is that not right?
Right.
That's right. Each state, they're all unique in their own way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they all have their own unique culture, as well as a lot of dialects. So Ivana speaks Indonesian, and so she can get along with most Malay, but when we go to the East Coast, especially Kelantan or Terengganu, it's like a whole different language for her. So it's nice for some adventure. We can feel like we're traveling again.
How
different. Yeah.
The what is different? Sorry?
Food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, I understand that your YouTube channel, which is Jetlag Warriors, guys. So for those of you who don't know, look up their YouTube channel. You do not just travel, but you also do food and also some cooking as well. Who does the cooking between the two of you?
I do it mostly. Steve does some baking. He's more into baking.
Oh, nice.
Whenever I'm in the kitchen, it's more of a comedy video because I do everything wrong, and then Ivana has to take over.
It always turned out good.
Oh, there you go. So maybe what we'll do is actually we'll borrow one of your clips for one of our future series that we can play for our audience, so they can check out what your cooking skills like, right?
Sure.
Especially maybe something based on your travel through Malaysia. So Ivana and Steve, how have you found, like, in terms of communicating, traveling through Malaysia? Because I always tell people, I think it's quite amazing that a lot of people don't realize that Malaysians, by and large, speak English. Have you found that to be the case?
Yeah, everybody speaks English for the most part. Maybe if you're deep in the Kampung somewhere on the East Coast or somewhere, you might find someone who doesn't speak English. But even then, everyone's super nice, so you can break out your sign language, you know, walking or something, 5 minutes. It's always easy to communicate. Everyone's willing to take the time and stop and try their best if they don't speak English. So for the most part, it's a really under the radar country in Malaysia. It's a great place to travel, and I don't think many Westerners know about it. So we're happy to make YouTube videos and try and promote Malaysia.
Yeah, you guys have done, like, I wanted to ask you about your video, like, filming and editing. Who does the bulk of that work? And did you get any professional training? Because your videos are really nicely done.
Wow.
Well, thanks for that. We have no professional training at all. I do most of the editing, and we really took the long progression towards getting people to watch. We had like 100 videos on YouTube before we had 1,000 subscribers. So if you go back in time and watch our videos from like 3 years ago, like terrible, completely unwatchable videos. And we've slowly kind of improved. Recently, we've been doing almost a video a day, and it's getting much easier. It's getting quite fun.
You're getting faster at editing.
We're getting faster at editing, but definitely not professionals. We're definitely just two people who wanted to travel and wanted to make a YouTube channel and
share our experiences.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I think you guys have done an amazing job. Like I said, I first watched one of your videos where you were at this particular island in Malaysia that used to be essentially where these refugees from Vietnam had set up as their base. I'm so embarrassed. I can't remember what the name of the island was. But that was the first one. What was that?
Bidong Island, right?
Yeah.
Bidong Island. Bidong. Okay, cool. And that was really fascinating. But yeah, I love your work, and I love the fact that you guys have been able to share your content through your travels in Malaysia, and I'm amazed at how prolific you are. But we really love to have like some of your content to showcase in some of our future. I haven't actually officially announced it to our audience, but guys, MOMC is growing up next year. Next series onwards is going to be an online TV show. Okay, so all the technical difficulties that some of you have very, very kindly kind of like tolerated over the last few series. Hopefully we will have everything all sorted out with our new format, okay, where it's all going to be a edited and recorded TV show for you guys. Rene, as usual, amazing job. Love your work. Rene, by the way, guys, for those of you who don't know, is our in-house Michelin trained chef. He was one of the basically the opening team of Galvin Butt Brothers over in Dubai when they first opened up over there. So he's extremely, extremely talented, extremely qualified and skilled, and we are so honored to have Rene with us. Yeah, and Jetlag Warriors, I hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Malaysia. We are so chuffed to have you be able to join us, and make sure you stay in touch. Hopefully, by the way, guys, for those of you who don't know, we have one final marathon session coming up on New Year's Eve. So set your calendar. We have our very own chef Norman Musa, who's going to be doing his swan song marathon, because Norman Musa, because of his commitment to other projects, is actually leaving MOMC. So make sure you tune in on New Year's Eve. He's going to be cooking 2 recipes from the Queen's Cookbook. And we're hoping to have Jetlag Warriors drop in to say hello, right? And we are hoping a very important special guest will drop in to say hello as well. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the night. Thank you so much, Rene. And thank you, Steve and Ivana. Lovely to meet you guys.
Thanks for having us, Jackie. And special thanks to Rene. Thanks, guys.
You bet. All right, guys, we're going to bump out as usual with Tourism Malaysia, and we'll see you again. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye-bye. Jumpa lagi.